guys, welcome to Nine's Corner. I'm Nine and nice to meet you. And if you are returning, welcome back, my dear friends. I'm feeling sad as our famous comedian Norm Macdonald, rest in peace, has passed away. For anybody who doesn't know him, you have to go check him out. He is originally from Quebec, Canada. He has been on Saturday Night Live and so many shows and so many late night talk shows. He is so funny. He's got a really dry, raw sense of humor, and it fits for me just perfectly. I just adore him. So I'm very sad that he's passed away. And now I'm in Alberta, where we just had emergency lockdown. So everybody's, back from working and not being able to see each other and the whole 9 yards. But it was a necessary evil that we needed to have because our COVID numbers have gone crazy to the point where they're saying that it's possible that our ICU beds may be filled in 10 days. So that's a strain. It's a strain on the staff. And how what about for people who have emergencies, heart attacks, things of that nature? It's scary. It's really scary. So I have to say, with the lockdown and with the sad news, it's hard not to feel depressed. I just kind of feel like I'm an outsider on looking in, and I don't know. I feel as though no matter what I do or how hard I work, I'm never getting ahead. And now with the lockdown again, oh my God, it's hard. So we're going to have to look for some advice to get over these doldrums or depression. But first, First, let's get out the Angel Oracle cards. I'll show them to you here. Let's ask about the upcoming Canadian election. Let's pull two cards, one for Trudeau and one for O'Toole. And let's see who is going to be the winner of the election. Who is going to be the winner of the election? We're going to pick out one card for Justin Trudeau. And we're going to pick out one card for O'Toole, who is having some negative backlash because of Alberta. Our Premier Kenny had decided that we were going to be out of any COVID issue, and O'Toole was always praising him and saying what a good premier he was. So now they're kind of saying, hey, do you still approve of him? And he basically went, who? Premier who? What? It was funny. So you'll see them same times I see them. Justin Trudeau. If you believe. O'Toole. Communicate clearly. All right, so Justin Trudeau, if you believe you can do it, you will do it. But boy, did you make a mistake by pulling a fast one during COVID. It did not do for you what you thought it was going to do. And for O'Toole, he has, communicate clearly. I'm trying to say communicate. Oh my God. I'm trying to say communicate clearly, and I can't even get it out. Dear Lord. But for O'Toole, the fact that this kind of had a backlash to Trudeau gave him some momentum. Now, with the backlash of Alberta, we'll see. But let's just pull some tarot cards and have a look. Who's going to win? Are we looking at Justin Trudeau, who has the Six of Wands? Look at that, walking into the room and getting praise. And for O'Toole, we got the Eight of Pentacles. Still delays, still time. He doesn't have the time to communicate properly. So he has a lot of work left to do. With the Eight of Pentacles here, it almost seems like he's going to have to go back to the drawing board. I don't know if he's going to have a job after this. Let's just pull another. Nah, he got the Emperor. So, He's going to fight to hold on, O'Toole is. And certainly, I guess, if they don't get a majority government, and especially if they get they win some seats, then he may try to hold on. But it looks like Trudeau is going to take the win. So we'll see. Energies can change. Things can happen overnight that can change the whole setup. You know how that is. So the next subject we're going to look at is Trump's lawsuit with Jean Carroll not being stopped. So I did a reading originally back September 11th, 2020, in which I did a full reading about this relationship and said there was going to be delays, but she would, after Trump was no longer in power, get to have some say. So the delays have come and passed. It's been a year, and now they're getting some news. Now, is this going to start something or get some momentum going? Who knows? Because Bill Barr made sure that he stopped it. And then, Bill Barr reminds me of Wray and what's going on with Kavanagh. So that's going to be another subject we're going to have to look at. So first, before I go down too many roads, let's look at Jean Carroll. What's going to happen with Jean Carroll? Past, present, and future. So in the past, we got the Ace of Cups. Here's the beginning of the situation. She gave birth to the lawsuit, and she knew that this was going to be an emotional ride, but she was willing to take it because she knows what she believes in. Presently, we've got the Hangman. So finally, they're starting to see the situation from a different perspective, meaning that there's going to be some movement on her case, which has happened. So let's look and see what's going to happen in the future. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. I think the help is there. It's not, I just feel like, again, there's going to be some pushback, delays. There's going to be more delays there, and it's going to be a slow process. The Magician, but it was reversed. So right now, at this point, even though they did get a small win with the going for it with the lawsuit, I still see Trump and his people delaying this and really just inundating with legalities, paperwork. They're just going to do avoidance. So let's look at Kavanagh, because they're coming down hard on the FBI. I mean, they're basically saying there was no proper investigation, but we knew that when it happened. We know that Donald Trump and his goons put money into it, put their, got Bill Barr involved to make sure that Wray wouldn't go ahead. I think there's a lot of pressure, a lot more to come out about that story. But let's have a look and see, is it going to have any effect on Brett Kavanaugh and Brett Kavanaugh's position? So in the past, Ace of Swords. So here, if you look at this, it's the truth, but there's a labyrinth underneath it, so you can't get to the truth. So in the past, he was able to keep everything a secret. Presently, you're looking at the Nine of Wands. So he's feeling the strain, he's feeling the pressure. He's definitely been trying to do his part to be, the proper judge. He's not trying to purposely, rock the boat or anything, but he is feeling the pressure 100%. Now we've got Temperance. Temperance, the balancing out of the situation. So, because there wasn't a proper investigation, they may try to go back and say, you know what, in order to be able to put everybody in good standing, including Kavanagh, we should have an investigation. He is not going to be happy about that. Will there be an investigation? Ooh, card flipped. I got the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, darlings, yes. There's going to be more investigation happening. Oh, Monsieur Kavanagh, you are not going to be a happy camper. No, my sir. No, my sir. Now, I want to look into Wray. Is he a good or a bad character? Because how could he let all of this go unchecked and he's keeping his mouth quiet about a whole lot of others? So what does Wray have to do? Was it just because Bill Barr put the pressure on him? Is he trying to... What's going on with Wray? Past, present, and future. In the past, the stress and the strain of the job, the stress of trying to figure out how to go forth. I really believe, and I've said this in previous readings, that as much as everybody wants to go after Trump, there is a certain amount of having to cover things up because it puts the United States, the country itself, in harm's way. If you think about everything that Trump has done, can you imagine the weight of the destruction he has done? And how do you go through that? You can't just go through that and just say, oh, we got to be truthful, because it's one thing to be truthful to the people of the United States, but outside the United States, then we find out stuff, and then you got, you know, China putting a boat over by Alaska to warn the USA, and that all has to go back to Trump. Six of Swords. So there's going to be information coming out. There's going to be something in a computer, something to do with, and we're going to hear about it, some kind of information, communication, paperwork, legality, something that's going to be on a computer, located on a computer, and we're going to hear about it. Wray. Future, Hangman, seeing the situation from a... You know what? I don't know if there's something about what Wray's doing that we don't have all the facts. I'm not giving him an out. I'm not trying to say he's a good guy. I'm not trying to say he's a bad guy. I'm just trying to read the cards, and the cards are saying you'll see the situation from a different perspective. There's something that's causing him. I mean, Wray's in there holding down, being upside down, tied up, twisted. So I don't know if this, I don't necessarily think that he's the bad guy. I think that he's having to twist himself like a pretzel because of Trump's disastrous behavior and everything that has happened. How do we go forward in this world when the world is telling us to stop, slow down, you can't move forward? How do we, what advice can we take to get through this time? To find our way, to find our value, to belong. Five of Pentacles. It's all about going through a difficult time to learn a spiritual lesson. And that even though we're going through this difficult time, you can take care of yourself and learn compassion. Compassion for yourself, compassion for your family, compassion for your fellow man. That this is a lesson that we're all going through, a spiritual lesson that's being offered to each and every one of us. To have us be tested to know what is your value. What value do you put on life and land and the earth and on your spirituality? Where do you need to be? And God has given you time. So for me, this is the card of when God is carrying you, helping you, guiding you, lifting you up even when you don't know it. So I think that this is a spiritual time that we all have to learn lessons to come together and to be compassionate, and that it's not without having God by our side. So that's a beautiful message. Anyhow, so that's our video, and thank you very much for spending the time with me. As always, I have our unity candle lit for each and every one of us, and until the next time, guys, cheerio. Take care.